Hey there guys, it's me the Chilly Man. How's everyone doing? So today's video is about top 10 GTA San Andreas mods. Now this is a personal list of mine of mods that I just picked out at random, and some of them I picked out of personal choice because of I drift GTA San Andreas, and I would consider myself not an expert but someone who has a good judgment of mods and whatnot. None of the mods on here just because they're at number 10 or number 1 are necessarily bad, but I just picked it. I just felt that at my list I need to make it tailored to my taste. Now at number 10 we have Rocoto by Ryuzuki. Now this is a very nice map mod. It's a pretty dated map mod, so if you play it you'll see the textures and stuff aren't necessarily up to date. They look the map looks rather aged, but it's aged pretty well. I mean, it has collision, it has 2 textures, it has rain physics and everything. So it's an extremely good map mod, and I would urge people to play it. It's a bit tricky to play, and it's an extremely big map mod. It's pretty much the same size as the map, literally. It's from like driving one end to the map to the other, but as the crow flies. Like if you drive diagonally up and down the whole map of GTA San Andreas, you will see that it's that big. It's pretty much almost the same size. Now at number 9 we have Rosk Ring by Copywrited. Now Copywrited is a very big modder or modders in the space of GTA San Andreas. These guys have been making mods for a while, and they've been making the biggest and most detailed mods. Now I checked their website and there's still quite a few map mods that I have not seen on GTA Inside or around. I think they mainly focus on MTA and SAMP mods, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't really know much about the mods they make, but I've seen quite a few mods that they make and it looks really nice. Now Rosk Gladio, Rosk Ring is a very simple it's a go-kart track essentially, so very tight corners, nice decent long stretches. It's a pretty good track, and the detail is good too. The detail is extremely good on that map mod. For such an old map mod, it's pretty good. Now at number 8 we have Yoshi Raceway by Dark in F. Now this is a relatively old map mod, but I've always liked it because it's essentially a Mario Kart track, and it's a very fun and very small and very detailed map mod. It's a very cute map mod, so it makes you like it. I mean, it's a very innocent, very small map mod. I mean, from Mario Kart. Who doesn't like Mario Kart? You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. Its detail is decent, everything about the map mod is decent. It's an old map mod, so it's not relatively new, so the textures and everything are pretty good. They're pretty good. But anyway, so now we'll be heading on to number 7, and at number 7 we have Nico Circuit by SA Modding. Now I have to bring up SA Modding. SA Modding is one of the relatively new modders, but to my knowledge he doesn't really mod mods anymore. We had a conversation of Instagram, so he doesn't really make mods anymore, but he did do a stint of making some pretty decent map mods. I must admit, he makes some pretty good map mods, and this Nico Circuit map mod is really good. I made a video on it. The textures are good, the quality is good. Now to my knowledge it's a map convert, so it's SA Modding, and it was a guy called I think it's called Super 1K or Super 1K, who's a big figure in the GTA San Andreas modding scene. So shout out to SA Modding and Super 1K for making such a good map mod. Now we're heading over to number 6. Now at number 6 we have F1 Shanghai International Circuit by HJP 533 or 33 essentially. Now this is a nice map mod, and I like playing this map mod because of how wide it is, and it tests your skills of how far you can go out and really test how way back you can get out into the corners and essentially hold the angle. Now I love this track, and for such an old map mod, this map mod isn't new, people. It is pretty old. Now for that, the textures, I say it's an extremely good mod, and it holds up by today's standards extremely well. For such an old map mod, there are certain map mods for GTA San Andreas that age extremely well, that age really well, and some don't. I don't know, maybe the texture should be upgraded, but this map is cool. It features hot air balloons, it features stuff in the air. It's a really nice map mod, and there's this sort of driveway that zigs and zags, and I've drifted it before and it's really fun. It's a really nice track. So moving on to number 5, we have Trial Mountain by Hanzo Modding. Now this is one heck of a track, people. Trial Mountain by Hanzo Modding. This is probably one of my favorite maps because of its detail, because of everything. Now I've drifted this map on my I've drifted all of the maps on this in this video, but Trial Mountain is probably one of the maps that has stood out to me most because of how much detail it has. It feels like you're playing the game. Now I know Trial Mountain from various games, but mainly from I know it mainly from Gran Turismo, specifically Gran Turismo 5. Now I played the heck out of Gran Turismo 5, and this map reminds me so much of Gran Turismo 5. Or back when I had my PS3, when I first bought my PS3 when I was playing. This map is extremely good detail. The textures are good. I don't know. I'm not gonna rate the tracks. Maybe I'll make another video. But this is an extremely good track. And I would urge you to go play it. It's not a relatively old track. I would say it's not too old, and it's not, yeah, but it's a good track nonetheless. So at number 4 we have Momiji Lion. Momiji Japanese or Chinese, these words I'm not familiar with. But anyway, Momiji Lion by Cheeseburger. I had to give a shout out to Cheeseburger, who's been really making a lot of nice mods lately. It's a shame that a lot of his map mods aren't posted onto GTA Inside, so I cannot necessarily, so I showcased the one that I could find on GTA Inside. But I didn't really want to give one modder too much credit in this video. Now some modders put in a really big effort into making map mods. Like if it were up to if I could pick 1 or 2 modders, like this whole list could have consisted of only 2 modders, and then that would have been the whole video. But I wanted to give each and every modder an individual chance and to really showcase their good craftsmanship. Momiji Lion is a very nice long toge track. I've drifted it before. The details good, the textures are good. There's a few textures missing here and there, and I don't know if it's because I didn't add the files right, but sometimes when you drift the track, the textures just disappear. But that's because of a loading issue. That's because of a loading issue I have. I think you just need to get a mod called Project 2DFS, or you pretty much fly around the track, and then the track loads in, and then you can drive back and forth, and then it will start loading. Very good track though, very simplistic as well. It has no trees, and I would say it's a decent track. It's a pretty good track. Now at number 3 we have USI Pause. It's USI Pause by ZZ Puma. Now this is probably one of the most influential mods I have ever played, because it is so reminiscent of everything that I want in a track mod. Now with that, this is one of my most favorite mods that this is one of my favorite mods that I love. I mean, it's not mine, I don't own it, but I'm talking about from a standing point of how I like to play on it. I've played on it so much, it feels like just my child. It feels like my responsibility to drift it. It's just such a lovely map. And shout out to ZZ Puma. ZZ Puma makes some crazy mods. This guy goes crazy with these mods, people. That's why I love showcasing these people's mods, to show their creativity. USI Pause is an extremely good track. It's a nice long narrow toge road with some roads being highly textured, and some roads being, grassroots JDM initial D-type roads with guardrails, narrow passes. Sometimes, oh man, it's a crazy track. I would urge you to go play it. Now at number 2 we have C1 Shutu Highway by ZZ Puma. Now listen, I'm sorry, I had to double down with ZZ Puma. ZZ Puma goes crazy. This dude is a master craftsman, as I've said before. This is a track. Okay, now with USI Pause and C1 Shutu Highway, these are made by the same person, but I know that USI Pause is from Assetto Corsa. Now C1 Shutu Highway is a very big mod in the whole GTA and the car scene, because it essentially comes from the game One Game Midnight. It's a PS3 exclusive game to my knowledge, so it's a very popular one. but this is such a nice map mod. It is big, it has corners, bends, hairpins. You know, it is one of the nicest track mods I've made probably 2 or 3 videos on its cinematic or non-cinematic videos, and it's such a good detailed mod. The detail on this mod is insane. The level of detail and craftsmanship that must have gone into making this mod is insane, and I have to give ZZ Prima props for it. Now, at number 1, we have Akina by Hanzo Modding. I hope I've been saying the numbers 2, 3. I hope I said number 2, but anyway. So at number 1 we have Akina. Now this map holds a special place in my heart because ever since I started playing it, each time I play it, it feels like a completely different track. And this is probably the best version of Akina. And Hanzo Modding has done such a great job at making this mod. It feels like a complete and totally utter different world. The textures are amazing, the collision is good, like it looks like a complete and utterly different game when you're playing it, and it feels like all mysterious. And the thing is, it looks good in the daytime, in the nighttime, during rainy weather. It does, like, and you know, within ENB and the high graphics and the high level at which I mod GTA games, it looks insane. I would love and I would beg for a retexture of Hanzo Modding's Akina, of his version. That map mod is amazing, and it has always held a special place in my heart. And you know, let's just give a big up to all the modders who dare to try and make mods for games, who dare to envision. They really put a lot of hard work and time and effort into making these mods for these games, for GTA San Andreas. And I thank all of you, and to that I thank all of you. And with that, that's my top 10 list of GTA San Andreas track mods for 2022, I guess. I don't know, maybe I should make a part 2. I am not sure. But I thank all of you guys for watching. This has been a very interesting, and this is gonna be a very hard video to edit because I'm gonna need a lot of footage. But anyway guys, I thank all of you for watching. This is the Chili Man.
You